Hey guys, oh my gosh, is this lip color doing the most right now? Sometimes I like look at myself in the little viewfinder in my camera and I'm like, ooh, is that cute as you thought it was? Or anyways, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video. Oh my goodness, Adept Cosmetics send me their Kodanne palette. I know. Who am I? I can't even believe it, but they sent it to me and I'm so excited. It's a beautiful 10-pan palette, so if you want to see swatches, how I created this eye look, and hear my first impression thoughts, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. Today we're playing with indie makeup. I am such a lover of indie makeup as well as high-end and luxury makeup, but I feel like the indie market for makeup is just like so unstoppable, especially when it comes to eyeshadow. So many beautiful palettes, and this Kodanne one is no joke. So if you guys are into new indie makeup releases, first impressions, swatches on a tan skin tone, then this is the place for you. I would highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you don't miss anything I upload, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay guys, I'm so pumped. We played with the Kodanne palette. I used some of my Adept singles. I used some of the metallic shades in this palette. This palette launches next Friday, I do believe, May 29th, 28th. I can't remember, but I'll put it on screen. And Adept was so nice, and they hooked me up with an affiliate code. So if you use my code KHMakeup, you'll save 10% off of your purchase, and I will make a small commission, which is very much appreciated. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. Now, if you're trying to decide if you should get this palette, I have some swatches, I have some close-ups, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the swatches. I did do some comparisons with the existing Adept palettes, and every time I get my hands on a new palette from Adept, you guys say to me, Karen, which one should I get? Which one should I get? And I feel like with the Ninhydrin and the Plain Jane, I was like, well, go with the one that has your favorite kind of colors. And now we have another awesome palette from them, so it's really making it tough for me to recommend just one. I personally do think this palette is beautiful. It definitely has more like grungy shades, so it could definitely be one that you could potentially wait till fall for, but it's hard to say with Adept because I'm not exactly sure if the palettes are going to keep restocking. I think I've seen on their Instagram that Plain Jane and Ninhydrin are both limited edition. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I would say if you can get this on the first time, just go ahead and pick it up because it's beautiful. And if she does more pre-orders for the Plain Jane and Ninhydrin, I would honestly go ahead and pick those up too. This formula is so easy to work with. The metallics are so beautiful. You'll see it when I do this eye look. All you have to do is spray the brush and they just glide onto my lids like butter. So I am really enjoying this palette so far. Now let's go ahead and see how I created this makeup look. Okay, it's time to film the demo portion of this video. I'm so excited, you guys. I was trying to contemplate how I wanted to do a look with this. I was like, should I do like 2 different looks on each eye? But I think I'm just gonna stick to one look and do both my eyes. And I did grab my Adept singles as well, so I can use some of the mattes because this palette only has 2 matte shadows and that's not gonna bother me, but I do like to have a few shades in my crease, so I did grab my Adept singles, and I think I'm going to use, I kind of want to use either Kodanne or this AC133. It's a green, but it's like a more smoky green, and I just thought that would be fun. I really want to use AC127, but that's one of those like jewel multi-chrome shades, and I feel like I've done looks with shades like that so many times on my channel, so I thought maybe try something a little bit out of my comfort zone and try AC133, but I want to start off with like a lighter crease shade and then maybe use ACM34, which is like a teal green shade. So I think in the end we're going to have a really pretty green eye look, which you guys know I'm such a fan of. So I'm going to grab a Sigma E25 brush and I'm going to go in to this light green matte that I have from Adept. I really like the matte eyeshadows from Adept that I purchased. They are so pigmented and beautiful, and so I just have my handy dandy Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer, and I'm just gonna start off by messily applying that all over the lid and the crease, and just not really worrying too much about where I'm putting that. I did go a little bit extra up here, but anyways, not too worried about that. And next I want to use this green as well in the crease. So I'm just sticking to the same Sigma brush. I'm just going to put that in the outer 2/3 of my crease just to give it depth. You guys know I love having different layers on my crease. It just blends in the end so beautifully, and it looks like you put in so much effort, which I guess technically you are, but I think it's just fun to blend a few different shades because, yeah, it just gives it so much more of an elevated look. And honestly, I haven't used these matte shadows in a while from Adept, so I kind of want to know if they're still bomb or not. I was contemplating going in with the Blend Bunny palette because, you know, I really am enjoying the mattes in that palette. But I figured since it's an Adept video and I have the Adept singles, I should use the Adept singles. So that is the like more greeny shade. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the next shade I'm going to go into is the one from the Kodanne palette. So I'm going to use this dark green called ACM34, and I'm just sticking to that same Sigma brush and I'm nicely coating it on. The new matte formula is definitely not as flaky or crumbly as the ones in my Z palette, so just want to mention that because the ones in my Z palette I'm seeing a lot of kick up, and this new palette I'm not seeing as much kick up in the pan, and I think that's probably a good thing if you guys don't like fallout. I actually read a comment from a subscriber that said that they never dust off their brushes when they apply eyeshadow, and I'm like, wow, I don't know. I feel like I can tell which ones I really need to dust and which ones I'm going to be okay not dusting. But these singles from Adept, I definitely have like green eyeshadow all over my IKEA desk. So I think this is definitely, at least the singles I have, you definitely are going to want to dust. Otherwise, you're going to end up with eyeshadow all over your face. So anyway, these three greens are playing and marrying into each other so nicely. Living my best life. And then I just dusted off the greens, and I'm just taking the brush with less eyeshadow on it now, and I just want to blend the shadows together. So I think that's really kind of how I wanted it to look. And now I just need a flat brush, and we're going to go into some of the shades in the Kodanne palette, some of the shimmer shades, and we're going to finish up this eye look. So I think I am going to put a little bit of Kodanne on the inner corner, but I think I'll start off with the darker shade on the outer corner and then work my way in. So I'm just grabbing this flat Sigma brush. This is the E55 from their Ambiance collection brush set, and I'm going into ACI33, and it picked up a really decent amount of product. We're going to give it a good spraying. And I'm just gonna, oh my goodness. This is such a pretty green. I'm just gonna tap that on the outer corner. It's like a pretty like blue-green, purple almost, like with a heavy kind of black base. That's such a pretty color. And I feel like Adept eyeshadows, I don't think you need glitter glue. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, everything is preference. I think if you just get the brush wet, that's plenty of binder. Just keep them on your lids. So I'm going to stop there with that shade. I'm going to clean off the brush. I have a towel here that I clean everything off on. And I'm going to go into Kodanne, which is like the most beautiful chartreuse golden green shade. Spray it again because that doesn't hurt anyone. And I'm just going to tap that on the inner. Oh, this is so pretty. My friend Heather Austin got this palette and she got it a couple of days ago before I did, and she was like, you're gonna love the Kodanne palette. She's like, I just know it because we love grungy eyeshadows, and she's like, it's such a grungy eyeshadow palette, and I have to agree with her. So many pretty shades in this palette. I think this is, listen, you guys asked me like, which Adept palette? I think you should get all of them at some point. These are probably some of the best eyeshadows. Like, just if you like just fun like shimmer shadows, this is the brand. This one, Divina, you know, brands like that, they have such fun shimmery eyeshadows. I just feel like mainstream brands cannot compete. If you want like palettes instead of singles, yeah, I think Adept really has a hit on their hands with the singles they produce, because I just think it's nice. I think people like having like a pre-curated color story. And if this color story is not your favorite one from Adept, I think hang on, because I'm sure she's got something coming, you know, eventually that'll float your boat. But I think if you're like a grungy eyeshadow lover, you're gonna love this palette. And I also forgot to mention, I did ask Adept for a affiliate code because I figured if you guys were interested in this, you can use my code. So now I have a code with Adept. It's KH Makeup, and it'll save you 10% on your purchase. So that is what the palette looks like. And yeah, this is the eye look. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my face, and I will be right back to show you guys the final look and give you some of my first impression thoughts on this palette. Okay, so this is the final look. Obviously, I did just get these cute little earrings at Target. They're like little safety pins, but do you see this neon green? You guys know I had to get my hands on that. So I did literally just pick those up. And then I do have the products I used on my face, so let me tell you those really quick. So obviously I am wearing this bright orange lip, and this is from Ofra. This is Surfer's Paradise. I'm a sucker for a bright orange lip, so when I was looking through the Ofra website, I did ask them to send me this shade because I was so curious to try it out. And then for highlighter, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This was sent to me by Kelsey. She's so sweet. She's a Charlotte Tilbury rep, and it was so nice of her to send me this product. So that is my highlighter. And then for cream blush today, I have on the Tower 28 Beach Please in Rush Hour. I picked this up during the Sephora sale. This was the only shade I didn't have, so very happy to have that in my collection now. And for bronzer, it's a bougie one that I've tested out only once so far. This is my second time wearing it, but I got the Chanel bronzer in the new shade. This is $3.95 in Tan Deep Bronze. So far, that's been really fun to try out. And then for complexion, I have two Fenty products. I've been trying the Easy Drops in the shade 16. I haven't really used these enough, so I'm still trying to formulate my thoughts and opinions on the skin tint. And then I also grabbed their new concealer in the shade Honey Mustard. This is the Bright Fix Eye Brightening Illuminating Concealer. Really not sure how I feel about this just yet. This is my first time wearing it, so that is what is on my face. And then for brows, I just use the Kosas Tinted Brow in dark browns. Another thing I picked up during the Sephora sale. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown on that. But yeah, overall, I really like this eyeshadow look. I had no problems creating it. The one thing I did notice, I think my Adept singles, they are a little bit crumbly. Like this green shade is all over my desk. And I went to lunch, and typically I don't stop, like when I start an eye look, I don't stop filming, but I had a work meeting, and then I went to lunch with my husband, and when I came home and sat down to finish the rest of my makeup, because I literally like got interrupted in the middle of filming this video, I noticed that there was a lot of like green in my under eyes. So I don't know if there was like product transferring or what was happening. It was really strange. I did clean it up, but I still feel like it's pulling a lot of green under my eyes. So I don't know if it's the concealer, because it's a new concealer I'm trying out. I'm not 100% sure, but the palette and the shadows in the palette perform really well. So very happy about that. I would highly recommend. I do know these products are a little bit pricey, but I feel like you're getting a ton of product, and there's some beautiful multi-chromes in this palette as well. So multi-chromes typically tend to be quite expensive. I know I definitely have this ACI 27 and ACI 32 in other formulas, and the jewel multi-chromes are typically pricey. So the fact that you get 2 of them in this palette plus some other beautiful shimmery eyeshadows is a steal. I really like these. I don't have anything bad to say about the palette right now. So that is my honest opinion. If you guys have any questions, if I missed anything, let me know down in the comments. I will go ahead and link the palette as well as my code in my description box, as well as on my Instagram. So when it comes time to shop, all you have to do is click the link in my bio on Instagram, in case that's easiest for you guys. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye guys!